Hey there, welcome back to another episode where we dive into the fascinating stories behind some of football's forgotten clubs. Today we're talking about Gedling Town F.C., a club that wasn't exactly a household name, but had quite a journey since its founding in 1985. What is it about Gedling Town's history that stands out to you?
Gedling Town F.C. It's interesting because they started as a works team under the name R R Scaffolding. Their story is one of those classic small-town teams that rose through the ranks of English football leagues. They initially found their footing in local amateur competitions before making a name for themselves at higher levels. Their journey is a testament to resilience and community spirit.
Absolutely. And they had a knack for hitting high notes in the tournaments, didn't they? Reaching the third qualifying round of the FA Cup and the FA Vase's fourth round multiple times isn't something you'd expect from a small club.
True, those were significant achievements considering the size and resources of the club. Their 2003-04 run in the FA Cup was particularly memorable, getting up to the third qualifying round. Those deep runs were probably among the highlights for both the players and their loyal fans.
Speaking of fans, how did Gedling Town manage to keep their community engaged, despite not always being the top team in their league?
Community support was critical. Even when the team faced challenges like postponing matches due to a waterlogged pitch or having to reduce stadium seating, the support from local fans kept the club going. But it's also those ties that eventually strained in their later years, especially with the Great Recession, impacting attendance and funding.
It's tough when finances start dictating a club's fate. Gedling even proposed building a new stadium at one point, right? That seemed like a huge step they were hoping to take.
Yes, they had these ambitious plans, collaborating with local authorities for a new stadium. The proposed site was meant to be a comprehensive sports facility, but unfortunately, funding issues and unsuccessful bids with the National Lottery squashed those dreams. It was a big blow, as such a facility might have turned things around for the club.
It's tough seeing how close they were to potentially changing their trajectory. Another interesting aspect was their identity shift, from a works team to embracing the Ferrymen nickname. How did that influence the club's culture?
Adopting the Ferrymen nickname reflected their connection to the Riverside Stadium, located behind the Ferryboat Inn. It's these local ties and identities that bring character to clubs. It helped solidify their hometown identity, making matches more than just games. They were community events.
For sure. But by 2010, they were on the brink of folding. It's always a bit heartbreaking to see how quickly things can unravel despite years of building tradition and community.
It's the unfortunate reality for many clubs at that level. The financial pressures, combined with the loss of key leadership when Chairman Roland Ash stepped down, left them vulnerable. Even though they tried to rally in 2011, it just wasn't enough to keep them afloat long term.
Right. And it's worth noting that they were listed as a club in crisis by the Football Supporters Federation in 2012. These designations are often a last call for help for struggling clubs. What are your thoughts on what could have been done differently to save them?
That's a tough one. Perhaps stronger support and partnerships with nearby professional clubs could have boosted their profile and finances. Community-focused initiatives might have helped sustain fan interest and involvement. But hindsight is 20/20, as they say. It's a lesson for other clubs to proactively fortify their foundations before hitting critical challenges.
Lots to think about when it comes to the sustainability of small football clubs. Thanks for giving us insight into Gedling Town's storied past. It's a reminder of the passion and challenges in the world of football beyond the glitzy leagues.
My pleasure. Discussing these stories keeps the legacy of clubs like Gedling Town alive, even when they're no longer on the pitch. Always a lot to learn from them.